hundreds of shacks have been affected in a major fire at the Kennedy Road informal settlement in Durban. It's alleged that one person has died from the incident. It has been reported that the fire started in the early hours of this morning. There are still more bodies trapped in some of the rubble. For more on this now, we're joined by SABC News reporter Nonhlakanipho Magwaza. Nonhlakanipho, thank you so much for your time this hour. So what are the community members saying as they continue to try and pick up what's left of their lives?
Yes, they are saying that this is not the first time this has happened. It's actually the second time that they have to pick up the pieces back together and rebuild their shacks. As you can see behind me, the fire extinguishers are still trying, or they were still trying to extinguish some of the flaring up fires on the top. And residents are still trying to see if there's still any material that they can use to rebuild their homes, as it's winter and they don't have any shelter. As you can see, the devastating effects of the fire, there's still smoke coming out, and this place is just full of smoke. It's actually stinging our eyes as we stand here. You can't even walk because of all the iron that is scattered on the floors. But with me now are the residents who have lost everything. With schools opening on Tuesday, the one lady that we spoke to says that everything was wiped out during the fire, and she couldn't even save her ID book or her bank cards to go to the shops today or tomorrow to get something for her 3 children. With me is the resident who will tell us more about what happened. Unjani ma usikubingelele emsakazweni. Mhlambe kwenzakaleni la uzithole njengoba usuyithola kulesimo.
Yebo sisiyaphila. Kushile sisilana. Yebo sisi. Kushile lana ukusha kwakhona kushe ngeintatha silele. Ngizwe ngomuntu ekhwaze sithi kuyasha. Ngaphaphama engubeni ngathatha into engiphumela i-ID kuphela. Ayikho enye into engiphumela nayo nengane zo4. Enye ifunda grade 6, enye ifunda grade 5, enye ifunda grade 1. Le eyokugcina ina 1 year. Akho lutho ngiphumela izitifiketi zengane ishele phakathi. Amakhadi aseclinic ashele phakathi anginalutho nje. Ngiyaqhupheka ngicela abantu nisize. Ngiyacela nisize bandla kade kusha. Lo shelwa njalo sicela sisize nesixhasi.
Mhlambe njoba uthi izingane eziwu4 ohlala nazo, njoba izikole izovulwa njengolesibili nizowenza njani?
Angazi sisi ukuthi ngizowenza njani ngoba i-uniform ishile, izicathulo zesikole zishile. Azinalutho nje kumanje yesikole, ama-exercise ashile.
Wena ma, ngiyabona ukuthi nawe umuzi wakho lo kade uhlala kuwona, mhlambe wena uhlala nobani nanokuthi yini okwaze ukuyihlenga njoba kade kusha?
Mina sisi wami sihlala sibathathu lapha endlini. Ukhona ingane kasisi wami nayo sihlala sobathathu. Angikwazanga ukuhlenga kanti ngoba umlilo uqale omakhelwane. Ngiphume nje kunqa kuthiwa kuyatsha awubisakwazi uthatha nditshi.
Mhlambe bekuyikhathini niphume nenza njani?
Siphume ngo2:30 sagijima sabheka emgaqweni ngoba besinganokwazi ukuthi uthatha into asekuchile ezindlini.
Mhlambe njengoba nithi akuqala ukusha la kule ndawo, mhlambe sekuwesingakhi nokuthi mase kushile uhulumeni ujwayele ukunisiza kanjani?
Siswamani nokwazi ukubala kudala kusitsha mina uhlala lapha kule ndawo neminyaka ngapha ka15 kodwa lona umlilo wanamhlanje lufanisa nomlilo wasithisa ngo2010 osaphuma singenawo kwanto. Uya uhulumeni asisize kanye ngothayela nengubo namaphasela nxa sitshela.
Mhlambe yini enfisa ukuthi nisizakale kuyona njoba isimo sikanje njoba nisho nani ukuthi akuqala ukusha sekuyikhathi eziningana kunishelwa izindlu, mhlambe nifisa ukuthi uhulumeni anenzele ini?
Hayi uhulumeni noba angakasithatha sifanise naba abakhele ama-flat singangcono ngoba lo thayela uyatsha. Uyasinika utshe lo thayela. Ungangcono akazame elinye icebo.
Mhlambe mama sasibuyela kuwena usanalo nje ithemba lokuthi uzokuphume nje kule ndawo le ehlezi ikusha kuyona?
Sisi ndinalo ithemba lokuthi ngenye ilanga uyosiza uhulumeni asikhiphe kule ndawo asinikeze noma amaflet asixhase.
As you can, when I was interviewing them, they're saying that everything they owned, one of them only managed to save their ID books, but their bank accounts, birth certificates, everything else has been burnt to ashes. The other one saying that all three of her kids that are school going, all uniforms, school shoes, school books have been destroyed in this fire. As you can see, people are still trying to salvage or better yet, they have no idea where to go from here. With nighttime coming up, they have no idea whether they will have shelter or not later on today, or whether or not the kids will be able to go to school on Tuesday when schools open on the 18th of July. They can't even go to the shops to buy whatever they can because everything, their bank cards were burnt to ashes. When they woke up earlier on this morning, all they could think of was getting away from the fire and saving their lives. Back to you in studio.
Oh, Nonhlakanipho, that's utter devastation that we're seeing there. Has the cause of the fire been established as yet?
When we were speaking to the president of Abahlali Basemjondolo earlier on, he mentioned that there were two guys who were fighting. One of them stabbed the other, and when he went to sleep, apparently they were coming back from a nearby tavern, and when the other one who stabbed the other went to sleep, the other one came back to take revenge on the one who stabbed him, and he set the place alight. And as you know that with these shacks, they're all closely are built together. So when his shack caught alight, that was the body of the guy that was rescued earlier on this morning by the emergency services. So when his shack caught alight, it was a rippling effect that caused all this damage. Back to you in studio.
Now, just before I let you go, we saw earlier on when we had our chat that body being removed there from the rubble. Do we at this stage have any idea how many more people are still trapped under the rubble there?
At the moment, it's still unconfirmed reports that there was a child that was inside one of the shacks that was left by the mom later on last night. And when the fire started, the mom was still at the tavern with the child inside. But that's unconfirmed reports. But what we did gather from with the Red Cross people who were doing surveillances, they said 5 people were in hospital. But we still have to get the confirmed reports from the municipality, which we were seeing walking around taking names of all the people who have their houses destroyed, and we'll still have to talk to the police officers just to get the correct number of people, the deceased or the injured people or those who are still not accounted for.